Hey, what's going on YouTube? Welcome back to another episode of Calvin Lim Investing. Today we're going to be taking a quick look at Netflix earnings and Snapchat earnings. Both companies reported earnings this week, with Netflix reporting on Tuesday and Snapchat reporting today after the market closed. So we're just going to take a little bit of a quick recap on their earnings and kind of give my 2 cents on what I think or which direction and what I think about the company going forward. With that being said, just a couple of quick things to note. First off, my friends and I do have a Discord. It's completely free. It's in the description below. Feel free to join us and come and chat with the rest of the group. Next thing, if you could show a little bit of support, like and subscribe to this video, I definitely really appreciate it. And finally, I am not a financial advisor or an expert, so please always do your own research and due diligence before you begin to invest. Alright, with that being said, let's dive right in. Let's look at Netflix first. So Netflix stock is down about almost $50 this week. It was trading about 52 before the market closed, and as you can see, it tanked after the market closed due to earnings. And let's see. So Netflix beat revenue by about 78 cents, but they beat the EPS by about 78 cents. But where they fell really short was in their subscriber growth. So let's take a quick peek. Okay. So we can't do that. Let's go back. Okay, let's use the Yahoo Finance again. So they beat revenue by about 0.02 billion. Which is not bad, a small little beat. They beat the earnings per share by a nice amount, but they only added about less than 4 million subscribers versus what was expected was about a little bit more than 6 million new subscribers. They fell really short of growth, and that's a pretty big red flag for Netflix. The company has been trying to spend a lot more on acquiring content, developing their own content, and seeing a slowdown in subscriber growth could foreshadow some rough waters in the future. So part of the main reason why Netflix really dipped was that this line was pretty alarming, and I think a lot of people did not expect such a huge drop off between expected new subscribers and actual new subscribers. And I do think Netflix is still in a pretty good spot. The last year, every time it's hit around that 470 to 480 range, it's taken some time, but it has popped back to that 500 to that 560, 550 area. So I do think Netflix stock will push back up a little bit here in the next couple of months. I may look to buy some shares for a quick swing. But as for the company as a whole, I have to see what they're really going to be doing in the future, and how they're going to continue to grow their user base. So, as you know, there's only so many people in the world, and all these streaming services are fighting for subscribers. You know, it's an all-out war, and I think at this point, content is going to be key. Whichever streaming platform is able to create their original content and really attract a large following is going to continue to do well. So that's why I'm kind of unsure about holding Netflix in the long run. I'm still willing to trade it. I just don't know if it's going to be something I would like to hold in my portfolio. Alright, moving on to Snapchat. So Snapchat has experienced tremendous growth in the last year. You can see they're up about almost 5% after hours. They're up almost $3. They reported some pretty good earnings, and this headline is a little bit false. Let's see if we can find a full-on thing. Okay, let's go somewhere else. Let's see. So Snapchat, they beat their revenue. They beat by about 27 million. They broke even for the year, or for the quarter, not the year. For the quarter one, they broke even. Analysts predicted that they'd be operating at a slight loss, and the average daily active users actually grew, or actually beat by about 4.4 million, which is not significant, but it's a nice sign, because Snapchat for a couple of years had trouble sort of retaining users, and having a big user base is one of the core features of Snapchat, because Snapchat has begun pushing a lot of advertisements through its platform. So the more subscribers, the better and more profitable the ad revenue is. And what has been happening is there hasn't been too many recurring users of Snapchat. They've kind of sort of slipped away from that 25 to 35-year-olds. The ones that like me, who did grow up using Snapchat, we've kind of outgrew it, and it's the next phase of the company where they're trying to hit and trying to grab a lot of users and so forth. So I think 280 million is a pretty good number. And they did beat, so it was nothing spectacular, but I think it left a pretty good taste in investors' mouths. So as you can see, Snapchat is up after hours. They beat in the revenue department. They added the active daily users department, and just overall a really nice, solid but unspectacular earnings. I am holding some Snapchat shares for earnings. I thought there was a lot of potential to do a little bit better, or maybe for a big breakout. It doesn't seem like this is the case, so I will be continuing to hold Snapchat shares for just a little bit longer. But I don't think this is a company, or is going to be a company, that I will be holding for the long run. So with that being said, these are just kind of the two companies, two of the bigger tech companies that reported earnings this week that I really focused on and played, or kept track of. And a couple other companies such as American Airlines and IBM, Intel did report earnings this week, but I was not too heavily involved. So I'll be doing another video following those earnings in the near future. So with that being said, thank you guys so much for tuning in today. I hope you guys came away with some nice information on Netflix earnings, Snapchat earnings, and sort of better understood where each company is at the moment. So with that being said, thank you guys so much, and be sure to hit the subscribe button. I hope to see you guys around. Thank you guys.